Russian President Vladimir Putin speaks at a press conference at the meeting heads state the Commonwealth Independent States in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, on October 13, 2023. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine been its most pressing geopolitical priority for at least last 19 months, Moscow has not had much time or opportunity to wield as much power and influence over all its other neighbors, a position it held since the collapse of Soviet Russia's influence in parts of the South Caucasus region, other former Soviet republics such as Belarus, and further afield such as Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan varies from state to state. This also depends largely on degree of pro-Western or pro-Russian sentiment among the population, leadership and level of economic geopolitical dependence on Moscow. But analysts say one thing is certain: the war in Ukraine has created the irony of a distracted Russia losing some degree of power, control and influence over its own vast backyard. Azerbaijani soldiers regulate traffic while refugees wait in their cars at the Lachin border to go from Karabakh to Armenia on September 26, 2023. Emmanuel Dunand-Af Azerbaijan's seizure of Nagorno-Karabakh from Armenia September revealed a somewhat weakening or reshaping of Russia's role region, given Russia's failure to foresee the attack and intervene a long-running dispute which it has traditionally been mediator in, sign that Russia was caught unprepared for conflict in its own backyard. Just a day before Azerbaijan launched its blitzkrieg, the Russian Foreign Ministry issued statement saying humanitarian situation in Nagorno-Karabakh was improving and hoped it would help Azerbaijan. Sergei Karpukhin AFP. While the Kremlin denied accusations it no longer has the leadership status it once did, President Vladimir Putin's press secretary Dmitry Peskov told CNBC that there is no such possibility. Moscow's influence among its neighbors waned. Every region is equally important for Russia. Russia's seen in a new light, in fact, he said. Kyiv's resistance showed Russia's neighbors and partners that Russian power is a balloon with only a nuclear button at its center. Russian President Vladimir Putin enters the hall during Russian-Uzbek talks at the Grand Kremlin Palace on October 6, 2023. Vladimir Milov, a Russian opposition politician who worked alongside Putin in the early days of his leadership, before becoming disillusioned with Russia's geopolitical direction of travel, acknowledged that the war in Ukraine had ironically made Russia appear weaker among its post-Soviet neighbors. If you take Ukraine out of the equation, it is very clear that Russia does not control the post-Soviet space, because Ukraine is bigger and more important than anything else. So it is fair to say that if you do not control Ukraine, you cannot control Ukraine. We control the post-Soviet space, he told CNBC. When it became clear that Russia had failed to dominate Ukraine, everyone saw that and began to act more aimed